leg day yoga. If you didn't know, I am a yoga teacher. I got my yoga teacher certification back in 2017, so I already apply all of these principles to my workouts, and I am excited to share them with you, have my clients do some yoga videos as well. And so this sequence is designed to be easy, fast, and something that you can do when your legs are really sore after a day of deadlifting and squatting. Maybe you've got some low back pain, etc. This will be a gentle sequence to help you recover faster. All right, let's get into it. You need a mat, and you might want some blocks. So if you don't have yoga blocks, you can use some really thick books or anything that you can steadily place your hands upon, etc., in order to help you to get into the positions if you aren't super flexible, right? And I am less flexible now that I have been powerlifting and strength training and everything, so I will be using these books as we go here. Put your ego to the side and get some blocks for yourself if you have them. You can do it without it. You'll need a mat and about 15 minutes.
All right, guys, we're gonna get started with child's pose. So spread your knees out to the edges of the mat, so a wide leg child's pose. Sit back on your heels, and then go ahead and bring your chest down to the mat. Spread your fingertips out wide. Bring your forehead down to the mat, and bring your focus to your breath here. Lengthen your inhales and your exhales. Spread your fingers out wide. Press your hands down into the mat. And bring your focus to your breath and to your body. Go ahead and press your hands up to come up to a tabletop position. And then tuck your toes under and press back for downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet here, drawing one foot down and then the other towards the mat to really stretch out your calves and your hamstrings. Spread your fingers out wide and press your chest back towards your legs. Pedal out your feet here. You can twist your feet to the side to get a nice side stretch in. Keep pressing your hands down into the mat, both heels facing one direction, and then twist to the other side so that both heels are facing the opposite direction to get a nice side chest stretch on the other side. Come back to center, look up towards your fingers, and tiptoe towards the front of your mat. Feet spread hip distance apart. Bend your knees for ragdoll. Make sure that your knees are bent enough so that your chest can rest on your legs, and you can go ahead and sway side to side, crossing your arms. That bend in your knee is really important so that your low back can release here, which will be really nice after a day of squatting or deadlifting. Let your head hang heavy here, just relax and breathe. Sway side to side if that feels good for you. Go ahead and release your hands down to the mat, tiptoe your feet together, look up, and then step your right leg back for a low lunge variation. Come up onto your feet here. My head is getting cut off here a little bit, but press your hips forward here to really deepen that lunge and stretch out your right hip flexor, which is also going to be good if you squat a lot. Keep your gaze forward, keep deepening that stretch with every inhale and exhale, sinking a little bit deeper. Then go ahead and bring your right hand down to a block or a book or to the ground. Right hand down, and then you will extend your left arm up towards the ceiling for an easy twist. And with every inhale, imagine stretching your left fingertips up towards the ceiling a little bit more. And with every exhale, opening up into the twist a little bit more. Come back to center. And now we're going to move into lizard pose. So you can keep the book if you want and place your hands there if you need a little bit more flexibility and support. Or you can bring your hands down to the mat to deepen this. Or you can even bring your forearms down to the mat for an even deeper stretch in your legs. This is called lizard pose. And while you're here, remember to breathe. We won't be here that long. Keep your focus on your breath. Inhales and exhales. And press back up into your hands, and then slowly step backwards to downward facing dog. Again, both feet back, press through your hands, and then step your left foot forward for a low lunge on the other side. Rise up and press your hips forward here again to deepen that stretch. Keep your attention on your breath. Then go ahead and bring your left hand down to a block or the book or the floor and stretch your right arm up overhead for an easy twist. And with every inhale, expand through your fingertips, reach up a little further. And with every exhale, twist open a little bit more. Bring your hands back down to the book or block for lizard pose. Or again, you can bring your hands down to the mat or all the way to your forearms if you are feeling extra flexible today. Lizard pose. Again, this is a really good stretch for hip flexibility, especially with the back leg extended and your hip flexors. This might feel extra difficult after a heavy day of squatting. Go ahead and press back into downward facing dog. Tiptoe up to the front of your mat and take a wide yoga squat here. I'll show you what it looks like from the front. And you can sway side to side here. This is one that I love to do before my squat days in the gym to really just stretch out that full range of motion here for squatting. Bring your palms to your chest and press your elbows out into your knees to keep your chest upright and open here. And to come out of this pose, go ahead and bring your hands down to the mat. Tiptoe your feet together. Go ahead and take ragdoll again for another moment, bending your knees, bringing your chest to rest on your legs. You can sway side to side here. Bring your hands back down to the mat and get your blocks or your books. Step your right foot forward between the books. Place both hands down on the books and take a small step back for pyramid pose. Your stance does not have to be that long here, and draw your right hip back to keep your hips in line here. We want your hips square. Bring your hands down to those books and drape your body over that front leg. You should feel a really nice stretch in that front hamstring leg. Keep your left foot pressing into the ground here to keep your back foot stable. Press through your right feet, keeping that hamstring stretch going strong. Go ahead and step forward now between the books and switch sides. Stepping your right foot back and your left foot forward between the books. Draw your left hip back and your right hip forward to square your hips and drape your body over that front leg to get that hamstring stretch in. Really press through both feet here to create that stable foundation. We're really focusing on the hamstring stretch here, so don't worry too much about what your upper body looks like. Go ahead and move your books or your blocks out of the way. and step back into downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forward into a figure 4 position for pigeon pose. So I show you what it looks like from the front. Your back leg is extended straight behind you, and that front leg is in a figure 4 position parallel to the front of the mat. You can bring your forearms down to a book or a block, or if you don't need the book, you can bring your forearms down to the mat and even your head down to the mat if that works. This is a really intense hip opening pose, so please focus on your breath here. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. This is also a really good pose to do before bench pressing, since it will help stretch out your glutes, so that way you don't get any low back soreness when you're doing a bench arch. Really let yourself ease into this pose. Sometimes this pose can bring up a lot of emotion or a lot of tension. If that does, it's okay. Just come back to your breath. Now let's go ahead and press your hands down into the mat. Tuck your back toe under to switch sides, press back into downward facing dog and shake out your legs. And then switch sides, bringing your left leg forward into that figure 4 position, extending your right leg back behind you. And again, you can bring your forearms down to a book or your forearms down to the floor. Remember to breathe in this pose here. Breathe through the tension. Go ahead and press up from pigeon pose and swing your back leg forward to come into a seated position. And you're going to lay back down on your mat here. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open to either side of the mat like a book. And you can grab onto opposite elbows here for goddess pose. Bring your gaze to the ceiling, or you can close your eyes if you'd like. Keeping your breath slow and focused. You can bring your hands to the outside edges of your legs to close them like a book and draw your knees into your chest for happy baby. If you are not that flexible, you can grab onto the backs of your knees, or for full happy baby, grab onto the outside edges of your feet and draw your feet in towards your armpits. And you can rock right to left, side to side, drawing your knees in towards your armpits to really get a stretch here. All right, release your legs and rock forwards and backwards to get a nice little lower back massage as you rock. And then come up to a seated position. Extend your legs out long in front of you. And what we're going to do here is bring our right leg up and over our left leg for a seated twist. You'll bring your left elbow over that opposite leg to twist. So you'll be looking over your right shoulder here. And with every inhale, extend up through your spine. And on your exhale, twist open a little bit more. Return to center and switch sides, bringing your left leg up and over your right leg foot down on the ground. Bring your right elbow to your left knee and twist in the opposite direction, looking over your left shoulder. With every inhale, extending up through your spine, and on your exhales, opening up even further. You should feel a nice stretch in the sides of your legs here as well, your side glute. Come back to center. Extend your legs out long. And the goal here is not to keep straight legs as you reach for your toes. I want you to bend your knees so that you can reach your feet. And when you can grab your feet, you can pull on your feet, and you should feel a really nice stretch in your lower back. So the point of this stretch is not to stretch out your hamstrings, it is for your lower back. So bend your knees as much as you need to reach your feet here, and really pull on your feet in this stretch to release your lower back. This is going to feel great after a heavy day of deadlifting. Release your feet. Go ahead and lie down onto your back. Bring your right leg up into your chest and send that right leg up and over the opposite side of your body for a twist. Look over your right shoulder, your opposite arm, and use your left arm here to support your right leg with twisting a little bit deeper. Come back to center. Squeeze that right leg into your chest again, and then send your right leg out long and squeeze your left leg in towards your body, and then send your left leg up and over your right side. Look out over your left shoulder here for the twist. And again, use your right hand to deepen the stretch in your leg and pull that left knee down towards the mat. Come back to center. Squeeze that left leg in towards your chest again, and then send your legs out long. Bring your hands down to the mat and close your eyes for just a short minute of Shavasana. Give yourself this minute of rest to focus on your breath, to congratulate yourself and give yourself props for showing up for yourself here, for taking care of your body, for taking care of you and your goals, knowing that you are worth all of this and more. Keep your focus on your breath for just a few more moments, and I will call you out when it's time to get back up. Bring your focus back to your body, wiggle your fingers and your toes, take a stretch, and come to a seat. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it supports your leg days. Namaste, guys. Don't remember to like and subscribe for more videos just like this.